one of the things that we have learned from the Millennium Development Goals is that our government now needs to focus on raising resources from within. Much as the developed world can help, they cannot do as much as we did in the past. So we have to think about how to raise the resources from home. I think at this time our government now need to think about how to be more effective in raising tax revenues.
So we have formed a small working group which is going to work mainly on defining Goal 16 of the Sustainable Development Goals. Our premise or our initial assumption is that these goals, they need to be, the goals and the targets, they need to be more defined and more articulated. Especially some of the targets are either too difficult to operationalize or too difficult to measure. And because of this, we would want to see more engagement in terms of research and or writing papers together. So this is what we want to do.
This year, the world leaders will come together in September to declare on the SDGs. And this process has been going for 3 years, and a very ambitious and bold goals are coming through. To back this SDG processes, there is a Finance for Development meeting planned for July. The world leaders will be able to commit towards resources for SDG process. One thing which I would like to see is that the ambition and of at this meeting to be transformational as well. The whole global financial architecture to be responsive to the SDG process rather than only focused on public sector finance.
The main focus of the discussion mainly was on financing for development, but we ended up focusing on the role of multinational corporations in evading and avoiding paying taxes in Africa and shifting profits to low tax jurisdictions, which are commonly known as tax havens. Then the other issue that I would also want to talk about, which came out prominently, was the fact that African governments have been talking about the mining sector as a potential sector for spurring development in the continent, but without realizing the potential for a long time. So the main thrust was for civil society to find ways of realizing that potential from the government.